OM5 f32. Welcome to a very chilly Avebury, but where the sun. So I'm here on a mission to photograph the Stone Circle and any other things which are of interest. I've got the 4.5 with me, the Intrepid. I've got the new camera bag with me. I've got the new 90mm lens. So really quite excited, geared head. So lots of new equipment to try to hopefully make the process a little bit easier. I must admit I'm struggling for a composition. I think the reason is there's just so much modern junk around that it is well-meaningly put there by people like the National Trust to try and conserve the environment. It just makes photography slightly more difficult. Lots of people, of course, but you know they're entitled to be here. I just have to wait till they move out the way before I can take a picture. But actually finding a composition is difficult. Let me switch you around, and I'll do you a 360 of the place. So I've finally got the Intrepid set up. So this standing stone behind me, sarsen, menhir, whatever, with the other standing stones behind it, and hopefully not too much modern verbiage in between. So swing around a little bit, camera's over there, and I'll perhaps swing that round to show that next. So camera's set up, I've leveled it, I've focused. Now I need to meter, set my aperture and shutter speeds and take an image. So, next step. Okay. Right, metering. Okay, got the Ravenny Labs meter out and it's working. So, without further ado, taking a reading. Oh, right, need to change the aperture. I'm going to go quite a deep aperture, f32. That's going to make it a 15th of a second. The sky reads at 1/90th, and the darkest part of the image reads at 12:22:15. So that's quite dark. So I'm just going to give it. So that wants to be a bit darker, so I'm just going to shorten the exposure. I've set the shutter speed at 15, I've set the aperture to f32. Now I need the film. Not that one. HP5, even though it says empty on it. As ever. One. Oh, it's all right. You go ahead because it'll take me a bit of time. Shutter cocked. Exposure made. Right. Right, sheet number 2. Now that lady and her children have gone. HP5, F32, vertical comp. Small child really wants to be in my composition, doesn't he? But he wasn't. So that is hopefully done now. Let's go back to my other composition and see how that works out. People about, because I can always wait till you move. It's not like you're trying to catch movement or anything. So yes, you can carry on as you like. Alright, I admit I goofed up, so I'll just briefly describe this composition. So it's the 3 stones behind me with the trees behind and the other men here in the background. I've tried to exclude as much modern human evidence as possible. I'm going to break out the hectare colour film, so I'll need to continue setting the camera up, get an exposure reading, and fine-tune my composition so that everything looks okay. I need to keep the 3 stones separate. Just made 2 exposures of hectare 100 film, shot at f32, 1/15 and 1/30th, sorry, 1/8 and 1/15 at f32, 40mm equivalent lens. So that's it for large format photography. Now to go back to the car, probably take out either the Bronica or the Zeiss Icon Netta to do a village photo walk while I'm here. Okay, so I lied. There is one final composition to come. Sun's over there, going onto these trees. Hopefully it'll come out again in a bit. There's some blue sky starting to appear. The air has got a bit more movement in it. So this composition, as you can see behind me, this sort of lying men here, the erect one behind it, and those trees in the distance, I think make a nice balance between the 3 of them, and there's very little in the way of modern intrusion into the composition. So with any luck, we'll be able to get a decent shot, and I'm going to throw everything I've got left at it, the hectare and the HP5, and fingers crossed we're going to have, I said fingers crossed twice, 3 times in the sentence there. So yes, let's get it set up. F32, 1/30th of a second is a metered reading for 400. That's for the HP5. So 15th, 1/8. So it'll be 1/8 with the hectare, and perhaps 1/8 and 1/15, and then 1/30th with the HP5. Right, looks like sun is coming out again, so let's get this exposure made. So shutter is cocked, film is loaded, dark slide out. Oh, and the sun's just come onto those trees in the distance. Exposure number 1. Slide out. Oops. Right, gone on to change it to 15th. Dark slide out. Oops, shutter not cocked. Dark slide out. And done. And heaven forgive me if I've done anything wrong. Right, the little safety tabs on. Stop the accidental exposures happening. Right. It's the hectare all done. So that's 4 sheets. What's that for? 15 quid's worth. Right. So the 1 HP5. So we'll need to cock the shutter. Increase the shutter speed to 1/60th. Just going to meter again. One-60th is the one. Right, slide in, out. The sun's just gone temporarily. Right, shutter is cocked. Dark slide is out. We're all ready to go. And there we go. All done. All the 4-5 shot. As far as I know, anyway. That's all done now. I'm back at the gaff, back at my B&B, relaxing, chilling, put my feet up, go for a curry later. So I'll try and make sense of all this video and B-roll that I've taken. Yes, there'll be something interesting to see, even if these aren't going to be world-shatteringly good pictures. Morning and welcome to a very cold Avebury Stone Circle. I'm just here for a very quick dawn shoot. The reason why I stopped the video as suddenly as that is that a health problem that I'd been ignoring for some while came back to bite me, and it was an unpleasant experience, but actually in the long run I benefited, because on return home I decided to actually go and seek medical advice, and the result has been I was diagnosed with Campylobacter, anemia and vitamin B12 deficiency, for which I'm now getting tests and medication. I feel a lot better, I have more energy, and I hope that no such unfortunate events will ever happen again on location. But the lesson I've learned is, if you want to produce quality photographs and video, you can't turn up in a condition where you're not able to deliver those things. So, hard lesson to learn for me, but I'm moving forward, and hopefully ever better photos and videos from somebody in the right sort of shape to deliver them. Thanks for watching, and yes, there is a silver lining to this particular cloud, as you will see shortly.